Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Deoxys Guzzlord, Burn, and Ice. I'm going to be switching it from the Ice to the Fire here in a bit because of what I kept encountering. And then when I do swap it to Fire, then we're going to start encountering things that resist the Fire. It's so interesting how that works out. And then we got Deoxys XL, and of course I'm going to be going again with the Guzzlord. Now initially I was thinking, hey, this is cool. I'm going to be doing an all alien theme here. We got Deoxys and Guzzlord and Genesect. Is that an alien? Now before, let's talk about it. I did my homework because I already knew the comments were going to come in, so let's explain. Technically, not really. It's 300 million years old apparently, and then it was genetically modified by scientists, kind of like Mewtwo in a way, I suppose. So I'm going to consider it to be some sort of an alien, okay? Let's just leave it like that. So we got an all-alien team here. So let me know, what do you believe in aliens? I got my theories. I got all kinds of fun theories, but I don't want to make people think a certain way. I'm not trying to make you do the whole Dwayne the Johnson eyebrow lift up on my video, like right about now, if I tell you what I'm thinking. So anyway, with that said though, the sightings are increasing, more information is coming out as if they're trying to get us ready. So with that said, let's see what we have going on here with this out of this world team. Deoxys going into the battle up against the Trevenant. And before we do continue on, if you can give this video a like, I would really appreciate that. It helps me out. And I also want to say thank you for the support on the last video for helping her try to get her account back, or at least raising a voice, bringing awareness to this hijacking of her account. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. Now, another reason why I highlighted that is so that you can all be aware yourselves. So be very cautious in what you're doing with your email, where you're putting the email, and all that stuff. Because just because you don't give somebody your password doesn't mean they're not going to be able to get into it. All right, I know there's secure ways and all that stuff, and hopefully you have that all set out. But really do appreciate all of the support that you did show for her in the video. So yeah, let's continue on here. So we're going to be getting taken out with Earthquake up against the Walrein, bringing in the Guzzlord. They still have 2 shields left. We kind of just needed to get rid of that thing because of the Guzzlord. They're bringing in a Swampert. Oh yeah, you better believe it. This is a good matchup. Unless they hit me with Earthquake, that is something that we have to worry about. But that was very quick, so we're going to let this go because they're definitely not at an Earthquake. And it is an Hydro Cannon. And this is definitely going to be another Hydro Cannon here, I would suspect. So still holding on to our last shield. We're going to have some pretty intense battles, so stay tuned. Go grab a snack, pause it, whatever you got to do. And stay tuned because it does get very interesting. Swapping into the Deoxys to go ahead and just start absorbing this, because they were starting to bring us down despite us being resistant to water, right? That's just the power of stinking Hydro Cannon spam on Swampert. So they do have a Gyarados in the back with Dragon Breath, and this is getting very interesting. So we do have Rock. Wait, do we have... We have Rock Slide. We're going to swap that to Thunderbolt because I was finding that I was going to have more use for it. It's like, okay, I'm just going to put on Thunderbolt here and then swap to the Fire Genesect as well. So we're bringing in our Guzzlord here, shielding up the Aqua Tail because we kind of just need to protect ourselves at this point. They've got no more shields, and we're going to be going for the Brutal Swing here, and of course it's lagging. That's so interesting. It always lags right when I'm about to win, or when I'm about to hit a charge move that is making it appear that, yep, I'm pretty much going to win this. It always starts to lag mysteriously. It's so crazy. It's so weird. Just a coincidence, right? Just a coincidence. Next battle, we're met with a Fairy type, also part water, so they're not going to be taking super effective damage from that Magnet Bomb. And there is no use for going for the Ice move that we do have. So going for another Magnet Bomb, even though we do resist. Look at the lag. Look at, do you see this crap? Look at this crap. What is this? Okay, look, this game is so bad. Alright, so even though we were resisting the charm, we were still taking a bunch of damage, and then we were getting lag at the end right when we were about to hit our charge move. Wow, just a coincidence again, right? Just a coincidence. Letting the Obstruct go, calling it. Well, I wasn't going to really, I'll have to be honest here. I wasn't going to really call the Obstruct. I was just calling and then I'll let it go because we can absorb it, no problem, because we're Deoxys defense. Hitting me with a Moonblast, and we're going to unfortunately not farm down because I was getting a little too nervous that the counter wasn't going to quite do it. So we're taking them out. What you got in the back? A Tapu Fin. Great. So we're going to go ahead and go for our Psycho Boost here just to do some damage. And we do have a Genesect with no health and a Guzzlord with full health, which is going to be weak to Fairy. So this is going to get very interesting here. Since we have 2 shields left, we still have 3 of our Pokemon. Let's see what's going to be happening. So we're going to be going for Dragon Claws. I mean, that's the only thing. That's just the best way to go. Resisted. Also, the Brutal Swing is resisted, but your best bet is just to go for the Dragon Tail. We needed to call that right there. So we call the Surf, in which a Moonblast with Stab, I do believe, would have taken us out there. Okay, so we're looking great. We called it, but at this point, we shield everything up despite it being Surf. More than likely it is. As you can see here, they're trying to get those shields, so it doesn't really matter. We have to use them now. So holding on to our shields is really coming in handy here, and I couldn't believe this. I swap into Genesect. Now, I could have won 3-balled. I could have won 3-ball here, meaning still having 3 of the Pokemon, right? Could have just kept on going with the Guzzlord, but I was trying to get a little fancy there, but in the process lost both of them, but still taking the win with the Guzzlord. Next battle, met with an Escavalier, and another example as to I'm not encountering this when I have the fire. It's just you guys know what it is, okay? That's you already know. So I do go for it because, well, Steel's resisted by them. Might as well go for the more hard-hitting move here. Hitting me with the drill run, I figured it's best to just let them take me out. Farm them down here. Now they're probably going to go for a Mega Horn, so I'm going to have to shield this up because, yeah, that's going to do quite a bit of damage despite it still being a tanky Psychic type Pokemon. We want to maintain that health. Getting rid of that kind of threat to even the Guzzlord here. So our whole team is in a sense, well, not whole team, but weak to Bug and Steel type, I guess, because of the Psychic on the Deoxys. So they're bringing in a Crobat here. We're going to go for a Rock Slide. They're shielding it up, going for a Psycho Boost, bringing in the Guzzlord. Now what they're going to be able to do here is go for a Poison Fang, but what's going to happen is they're not going to be able to attack. Whether it was going to be on the server side or some sort of, you know, bamboozling going on here, I don't know. I'm not going to try to say that it was them. We'll just put it on the server for now. But this is your esport ready game, okay? All right. So if there are people out there who are trying to do exploits and you're getting caught up like this, well, then you get what you get. But like I said, I'm not saying that they did that, so that's unfortunate. Left that in there because esport ready, right? Next battle, met with a Gyarados with Dragon Breath here. Got some beautiful puttering going on. And we're just going to go for the Magnet Bomb. It's resisted, but it's still going to be doing a decent amount of damage because Shadow Gyarados really can't take a hit even from its resisted types. So they're going to be swapping into their Talonflame to do as much damage, and they did quite a bit, being that Bug and Steel. Swapping into our Guzzlord here, and we're going to go ahead and let this first one go, hitting me with a Flame Charge. If I remember this correctly, they keep going... I don't actually, could be a different battle, but I think they keep going Flame Charge here. They have the more shields. Their best bet would just go for Brave Bird. But they go for another Flame Charge. Okay, very good, very good, very good. And now we're going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw. Take them out. Guzzlord putting in that work. Gyarados is going to be doing super effective damage with that Dragon Breath. We're going to go ahead and go for a Dragon Claw. Swap into the Genesect. Do a bit of a combo breaker here. Go for the Magnet Bomb, and it is not enough to take them out. And they're retreating with 1 HP. Bringing in bringing in their Nidoqueen. And I'm going to let this go. Here you go. Finally, we can go for Technoblast Ice and actually does something here. Let's go. Come on, Genesect. And just about one-shotting it. They take us out with one more Poison Jab, but we're perfectly fine. Bringing in the Guzzlord, and they're not even going to be able to see my third Pokemon. Let's go. All right. So I do have a 100 Technoblast Fire, but that's already powered up, so we can't use that, obviously. And we've only got one other one for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't hold on to it anymore, but hey, we got it on deck, so let's go ahead and power it up. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do so for this power up here. These investments don't come cheap, folks. This dust goes quick, and then I have to get it right back, so the grind never ends here. So bringing it up there, okay, looking good, 24.95. We got the Technoblast Fire and our Magnet Bomb with Fury Cutter. Next battle, there you go. Look at that, prime example. First battle that I met with a Giratina Origin. All right, where was that when I had the Technoblast Ice? Exactly, you already know what it is. So going for the Magnet Bomb because, well, fire is resisted. It's pointless to go for that. Magnet Bomb still doing a lot of damage, getting that stab. Letting the Shadow Ball go, unfortunately. We're just going to go ahead and bring in our Guzzlord and hope that they've got all Ghost moves here. If they have Dragon Pulse, it's not going to be a good day for me here. But it is going to be a Shadow Ball, still doing a kind of a stupid amount of damage. And they're bringing in a Blaziken, so this is looking decent. I'm going to go ahead and go for this. Swap into the Deoxys. Blah, 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 blah. Can I talk? and they have a Regirock in the back. Okay, we already know the devastating damage that this thing can do, but up against the defense from Deoxys, we're going to be able to take those hits like a champion. Hitting me with Stone Edge, and it doesn't even really do too much, and it kind of gave me a little bit of hope. Is like, okay, we can still pull this off. We got 2 shields. We can technically let this go, but we're going to go ahead and shield it up to just preserve our health, because that counter damage is doing so much. We kind of need the Deoxys in the fight here. They're shielding up the next Thunderbolt and now leaving them shieldless here, and we're letting the Stone Edge go. Now we need to be on our toes for them to swap. There you go, exactly, we were waiting for that. Bring it in the Blaziken. Now here's the key, let this go. We resist fire. Okay, so we're letting it go, going for the Dragon Claw. This should be very close. All right, never mind, taking it out. And they have lock on, which is not going to be enough. We get to the Dragon Claw, and is the Guzzlord going to be able to take the win for us here? And it does. And as you can tell, I've been using this thing quite a bit because, well, it's just that stinking good. It's so fun to use. It's something fun and shake up here. They've got some great moves on it, so it's like, you know, let's have a little fun, right? All right, so we're met with a Cresselia, which we do resist most of these moves here. Well, we resist everything, right? Yeah, we resist everything. Moonblast. The thing about Genesect is it can take a hit sometimes, but even when it's resisted by these moves here, it's still doing a decent amount. That Moonblast still kind of doing too much. So we're able to take them out, no debuff, and they're bringing in a Togekiss, which could be a little problematic. The Deoxys is really going to have to put in the work here. So we're going for the Magnet Bomb, and it's doing a ton. They let it go, still holding on to 2 shields because they know that we're not going to be doing much with our quick move, and they can survive it, right? It's a good call on their end. Now we don't want to really go for the Psycho Boost because we want to continue on doing our normal damage, and I just had a little bit of a feeling that they were going to be shielding this up and playing some sort of stupid mind games here. Exactly. There it is. Alright, so we do want to shield this up and counter them down. And at this point, we got rid of the threat. Maybe. What's in the back? What is their final Pokemon? It's going to be a Komo. Oh, whoa, baby. Let's go. So we're going to go for both of these Psycho Boosts here. 1, no problem. Lowering our attack and going for another one, which is still going to be doing a lot here. And then we do have the Guzzlord in the back, swapping into it right away. And 1 Dragon Claw is all we need to take them out. And we're going to be able to take this win here. This alien team is putting in the work. I know. Genesect is tech. Hey, you don't know. Maybe he was dropped here by aliens 300 million years ago. Okay, who knows? All right, anyways, next battle. We're met with a Machamp, and yeah, that's not great for us here. Cross Chop's going to do a lot. It's not super effective, but it's still doing a lot of damage because we're part steel. Bug type's neutralizing it. We're going to go ahead and go for Magnet Bomb because we already know they're going to be shielding this up here. They're in a great position to not shield it up. Now, I think I might let this go. I'm hoping I survive, which I probably won't. No, I barely do, okay, but we're not able to get to that Magnet Bomb. They immediately swap into Wall Rain here, and I'm thinking, well, the Guzzlord's going to have to handle that thing. Now, unless Deoxys is going to be able to put in the work here, and we call this correctly, we need to hold on to that last shield because it's our last saving grace, then we're not going to be looking good. So they let that go, holding on to 1 shield themselves, great. Hitting me with an Icicle Spear and an Earthquake at this point, still not going to KO. So we're going to go ahead and let this go as well. Another Icicle Spear, fantastic. Farming them down. I dare you to bring in that Machamp. Well, what else do you have in the back? Bringing back Machamp. If there's something in the back weak to this, let's see what happens here. Going for the first Psycho Boost. They've only got 1 shield left. Going for the next Psycho Boost. And I think I get to a 3rd one before they get off a charge move here. I think that's what happens. All right, never mind. I take that all back. Okay. They hit me with the... Okay, no, I do get to another one, but they get to a charge move. I let it go. Cross Chop, bait. Taking them out. What's in the back? Swap immediately, and it is going to be a Muck. This is great. We wall this completely. Unless they have... What is it? Gunk Shot or Sludge Wave that it can have? I forgot what the regular Muck can have, but Dark Pulse, Thunder Punch, resisted. Nothing they can do. They're done. Do believe they back out here in just a second. Alright, continue on. They continue on here. And I think I let this... Oh, I shield this up, and after I shield up, they're like, okay, I got your shield. Got your shields. Back out. Anyways, next battle, what are we going to see with our... Oh, finally. Okay, there we go. Cobalion, weak to fire. Are we going to be able to land it? That's the question, because they're going to just kick us into the ground before we can even do anything. All right, so getting to the Technoblast Fire. Let's see, do we land it? Oh, gosh, there you go. There you have it. Cobalion. Get some. All right, but they're still going to be able to put in the work here. They swap into their Giratina, farm up a little bit more with the Genesect, and bring in the Guzzlord. Do believe this is Shadow Claw. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. So since it is Shadow Claw, we can let these charge moves go with ease as long as we can take care of this. They're using their first shield here. We can technically let this next one go as well. And we are going to do that because the Shadow Claw is just not doing enough. Alright, going for another Dragon Claw, even though it's very enticing to go for the Brutal Swing a lot of the times. There's a time and a place for it, and you're going to see that here in just a bit. So we're going to let this go, and they're actually winning the matchup. Now, the reason why I did this is because now we're going to be able to technically kind of farm them down here, but unfortunately not. What the hell was that? Deoxys is all up to you, buddy, old pal, the true alien around here. So they have a Cresselia. Okay, well, they resist a counter. We resist the Psychic. Moonblast is going to do a decent amount. They lower our attack. That's a wrap. We lose. It's over. That's what the Moonblast can do. No attack drop. Great, 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 great. Going for a Thunderbolt. Now, we got to look out for a catch because you already know they're going to be doing that. And if they catch, it's over for us as well. So we have two lose cons. If they catch, and if we get the attack debuff. Otherwise, we're on track to potentially win this. If they swap in here, and we do not throw, which I was on my toes waiting for it, and we counter them down and get that much more energy, we're going to be looking that much better. There it is, and countering down. Fantastic. I didn't even have my finger on the charge moves, because I already knew. They're thinking. They still got one Pokemon left to catch, though, so it's not over until it's over, but it has pretty much no health. It's that Giratina with like 1 HP or 2 HP, right? Going for another one of these, but since they did throw in the Cobalion and lock themselves like that, they cannot swap here. Their clock is still going. So it's getting very stinking close, hitting me with a Moonblast, and I'm going to have to counter this thing down, and we are able to. Can we get to the Psycho Boost? Nope, we just counter them down. They had 1 HP, and we take the win with the Deoxys. Let's go. Next battle, finally another Pokemon weak to fire. Now it's starting to heat up after it gave me a bunch of 2-3 losses or something like that. Great. It's like, okay, well, we can bring you back up to about 50% or keep you at about 55% win rate, as we do with most of the people in here on hard mode. Okay, let's go. All right, so hitting me with a Icy Wind. Okay, no problem. So now we're going to go for the Techno Blast Fire here. They're letting it go, but they still don't have to really worry because, well, our Quick Move's doing no damage at this point, especially since they debuffed us and the resistance on it. So we're shielding it up. They've used one shield as well. They've lowered our attack by 2 stages at this point. We take the win. What are they going to bring in? Machamp. I immediately swap into our Deoxys, which was kind of a bad move. I should have just let them farm us because now we're locked. They hit me with Payback, and I had a feeling the son of a gun was going to do that. Very nice landing that. Probably, it's always going to be an exciting moment if you land a freaking Payback on something that's super effective to it. Or weak to it, I should say, right? So down they go. No more shields. They got a Cresselia in the back, farming me up. Ooh, now I'm getting nervous, folks. We got a couple more battles for you, and this is actually one of the good ones towards the end here. So, all right, I bring in the Genesect because I wanted them to use their energy. Okay, great. So here is the time, the place to go for Brutal Swing. It's super effective to the Cresselia, and it doesn't require much more energy, so you go for that. Exactly. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Now I'm fearing that damn Moonblast. Are you ready for it? This is the first time we're going to be taking one to the face. Bam! Look at that. What? We survived. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, good to know. I could have just done it over the Sims, but I prefer to do it on the field and learn it myself. So here we are. You can take a Moonblast from Cresselia, and that's good news because the Psycho Cut doesn't really do much, so you can really put in the work. Next battle met with a Tapu Finn, and this is not particularly great, not particularly horrible. Technically, Deoxys wouldn't mind this because we do have Thunderbolt. But yeah, so anyways, we're going to go ahead and shield that up and get to another one of these. It does a decent amount of damage being part fairy type, but of course part water as well, as we've seen with the Primarina. But somebody was asking me what's a good substitute for Tapu Finn. Primarina, okay? Doesn't have the same moves, but it's the same typing and kind of the same concept going on there. Alright, anyways, we're going to go for a Thunderbolt. We're stuck between a fairy and a rock place here. So we're going to let this go. It is just going to be a serve. Deoxys just absorb it like nothing. And I do go for a Psycho Boost. We're going to just lower our attack here because I know I'm going to swap, getting rid of the biggest threat potentially, and I hope. And we have a freaking Registeel, so this is not particularly great for us really at all. Focus Blast, good night, sleep tight. Zap Cannon, okay, we resist that, letting it go. Lowered our attack. Guzzlord's not doing that much damage to begin with, so that's not really great. So at this point, you're obviously going to be going for Brutal Swing. Like I said, we're going to be seeing a lot of that Brutal Swing towards the end, and here we are. Going for another one. There are no effects, you just do damage with Brutal Swing. The Dragon Tail, surprisingly, still putting in that work, and surprisingly they go for another Brutal, or another Zap Cannon, which, I don't know, maybe they got Flash Cannon or something, because Focus Blast would certainly take us out, but I swap it to the Deoxys here, And I'm just going to have to call it. And there's finally the Focus Blast. And what do you have in the back? A Talonflame. I'm thinking, whoa, hold on. This is doable. We could have made it to the freaking Thunderbolt though, maybe, I think. Yep, we could have. Now that sucks. Maybe they just farmed us down. I wasn't counting there. But anyways, bringing in the Guzzlord, and we're going to have to really precisely do this perfectly, folks, if we want to win this crap. Another brutal swing. Here we go. And holding on to our very last shield for when we need it. And that's going to be it. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. But it's not over yet. Taking them now. And we got one last close battle to look at here before we do take off. All right. So here we go. This is, it's okay. It's not a bad lead, really. Do we want to go for Technoblast? Yeah, sure, that would do a lot, but I can't afford for them to shield, although it doesn't really require much more energy. Magnet Bomb is still going to be doing a decent amount of damage to them, too. So calling the Icicle Spear, not very effective, but still bringing us pretty, well, we're still in the green. We're looking okay. This is definitely another Icicle Spear here, okay. Going for another Magnet Bomb. It's just better to just go for this constantly here. I know I could have gotten away with it at this point because they're letting it all go, but well, too bad, so sad. You could have, would have, should have, right? So I do shield it up to farm them down and see if we can get a good swap here. They're bringing in Trevenant, and it's not too big of a guess to say I should shield this up, so unfortunately they do. And, well, that's okay. We weren't getting to another Magnet Bomb, I don't think. Bringing in the Guzzlord, and we have a good alignment here. They had a Scrafty in the back, and I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to be able to pull this one off here. This is looking pretty good. Guzzlord has energy, and so does the Trevenant. Although everything the Trevenant's going to be throwing at us at the Guzzlord is going to be not very effective, so we have that to think about as well. We got one shield left. What do we want to do? Let this go. Foul Play is going to pretty much KO us here. Will bring us low enough for them to counter us down. We don't want that. Going for a Thunderbolt because we want to kind of maintain our attack power here and go for a Psycho Boost, but they back out unfortunately, and we take that win. And wow, there's going to be even another battle. I thought that was going to be it. I guess we're going to continue to go on here. All right, another one here. We're met with an Obstagoon, and this is technically exactly where I would want it to be, up against the Genesect. Again, this whole team's weak to fighting in dark. All right, as you can see here. So Obstagoon fits the bill to completely crush us. All right, so the best bet is to basically do as much damage as we can with the Genesect. Don't shield up a thing. Bring in the Obstagoon and farm him up. And we should maybe get rid of the main threat. But of course, this person got a freaking boost. But they're not able to get off any sort of charge move, so that's great. And they're countering me again with a Trevenant, swapping into our Guzzlord. And we got some amazing lag going on here. And they have a Muck in the back. Now, we've seen this before. Unless they have a poison charge move, they're not going to be able to take this win, and we're going to be able to farm them up very nicely here. At this point, we'll farm them up. They're still holding on to both shields, holding on to some sort of, I don't know, win con here. So let's see what happens. Trying to farm them down. This is going to be another Thunder Punch, which we can easily let go because we do resist the Shadow Claw and the Trevenant, so we got really nothing to worry about here. We will be shielding this up despite baiting or not. I don't care. Seed Bomb. That's not very fair. You shielded up a Seed Bomb. Yeah, I sure did. Yeah, because we're going to take the damn win. You better believe it. So they're shielding that up. Of course, we swap into our Deoxys to catch a Seed Bomb. Did we do it? Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. There's your catch for the video. Going for our Psycho Boost. We're going to just start lowering our attack. It doesn't really matter because they're getting too low. And I do believe they just let this go anyways because they know it's pretty much over. I think they do. Never mind, they're fighting to the very end. Good show, good show. Getting to another Psycho Boost. Deoxys is just disgusting when it comes to that spammy Psycho Boost. Still doing a decent amount of damage. Wanted to shield this up, but we're just going to let it go and hold on to our shield. Bring it to Guzzlord and take that win. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
So you're finally here! Fantastic!